As of recording this, I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. The latest craziness is that they have canceled Jimmy Kimmel, who I will tell you every single time I've met Jimmy Kimmel, it couldn't have been nicer. The last time I saw him in LA, he came over to me and just couldn't have been nicer and sweeter and more genuine and invited me back on his show. I've been on his show, and I've always thought that Jimmy Kimmel is nice and he's great at what he does. And like I said about Howard Stern or anybody else, I don't have to agree with everybody politically to still like them. I don't have to agree with everybody politically to still, consider myself a friend or consider them a good person for my experiences being around them. I could agree to disagree. Personally, I think late night TV, unless you're doing softball jokes about politics the way that Johnny Carson used to do it, leave it alone. It's nighttime, especially in this day and age. 11:30, we've seen it all. We've watched it all. We've scrolled through it over and over and over and over and over. We've listened to podcasts. We've seen the news. We've seen this feed, that feed, 11:30 at night, late night talk show. I don't want to hear any of that from anybody. CBS, NBC, ABC. I want to see a good musical guest. I want to see some sketches. I want to see some lighthearted fun. Put me to sleep. Lull me to sleep. Like Arsenio Hall, David Letterman, Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, Joan Rivers, and the rest of them. That's my own personal opinion. I don't care what kind of politics it is. I just don't think 11:30 at night, especially in this day and age when we have these phones and things, and we're so inundated with like in the 70s and the 80s, Johnny Carson, it'd almost be like a follow-up to the news. He'd give you some jokes about Ronald Reagan, give you some jokes about Jimmy Carter, give you some jokes about this, that, and the third. But at this point, it's changed. It's not the 80s, not the 70s. We've heard it all. We've seen it all. We like it. We don't like it. We've laughed. We've argued. We've cried. 11:30 at night. Put me to sleep, man. Lull me to sleep. Keep it light. Keep it funny. That's my own personal opinion. Stephen Colbert, brilliant. When he was on The Daily Show, brilliant. That style of comedy, brilliant. Jimmy Kimmel, I'm not going to insult any of these people. I know them. They've all been cool with me personally. But as of the recording of this podcast, Jimmy Kimmel show, I don't know if he's suspended or it's canceled indefinitely or suspended without pay. I'm hearing all sorts of things. Personally, I think the thing that he said about this animal that killed Charlie Kirk was inappropriate. I don't agree in cancel culture. His show should not be canceled for what he said about the person who killed Charlie Kirk, although I don't think anybody should be talking about this person who killed Charlie Kirk unless the first 3, 4, 5 things you say. He's a sicko. He's a lunatic. He's a maniac. Repeat. He's a sicko. He's a lunatic. He's a maniac. I don't care if this guy's Democrat, far left Democrat. I don't care if he's Republican. I don't care if he's the biggest Trump fan. I don't care if he's a Reagan fan, Bush fan. I don't care if he loves Obama, hates Obama, adores Kamala Harris. I don't care the person who killed Charlie Kirk, what his sexuality is, who his boyfriend is, what he's doing online. All that is after the fact. This is a sick person, just like the person, the lunatic, the sick animal who stabbed that girl from Ukraine on the subway is a sick lunatic. I don't care that he's been locked up. We could discuss that after. You have to start with, this is a sick person. It's unacceptable. Luigi Mangione, this is not a heartthrob. This is a sick, he shot somebody in cold blood in New York City. Unacceptable. You got people outside the courthouse, like, wearing, like, T-shirts like this is John Stamos, like it's Scott Baio in the 70s and the 80s. Luigi Mangione, sick. The guy who killed Charlie Kirk, sick. The person who killed that Ukrainian girl on the train, sick. The person who killed John Lennon, sick. I'll go. Their rationale, what got them there. We could discuss all that on a Netflix documentary, HBO documentary. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should have made that remark, but I also don't think Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled for that. But I think there's bigger things at play. I think it was a business decision. I think it's being handled terribly. I don't believe in cancel. They canceled Al Franken. They canceled Shane Gillis. I didn't agree with that. Spoke on that. Louis C.K. and so forth and so on. I don't believe in cancel culture. Remember when they canceled Shane Gillis? Now he's a big star. When he was hired from Saturday Night Live. When he was hired for Saturday Night Live. And then on a Tuesday, he was fired from Saturday Night Live. Where was the outcry for that? People make mistakes. You canceled Al Franken. You went after Dustin Hoffman. Remember that? And so I can't even think about the lists of people that have been canceled over some dumb. You can't. Al Franken got canceled. Al Franken could have either ran for president or ran for vice president in 2016. And Al Franken would have been a lion going against Trump. He would have been a lion going against Mike Pence as a vice president candidate. You canceled him beforehand over some dumb. You canceled Shane Gillis over some dumb. It's crazy. I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think Jimmy Kimmel should be canceled or suspended over what he said. I don't think what he said was appropriate. I don't think identifying this sick lunatic who shot Charlie Kirk in cold blood in front of the entire world and 3,000 live people should be acknowledged as anything other than a sick, violent criminal. And it should be prosecuted to the highest degree. Just like the person who shot John Lennon and just like the person who stabbed that poor girl on that train in North Carolina. There is no place for that kind of violence. I don't care what you're into, who your boyfriend is, your girlfriend is, your sexuality. Obviously, these people are mentally ill. But that doesn't mean that they should be walking around amongst us. I don't play with death. I talk a lot of shit. I don't play with death, morality. I talk. I make jokes. I may take things too far. I don't play with that at all. Period.
I am Rapaport Podcast.